This is my 2,000 point All Terminator army. It's quite an interesting build for 2,000 point Space Marine army, but that's the bit. I've added a couple models on because I've just have them laying around, and today I'm painting all of them. Here's my All Terminator army. It has 3 squads of 5 Assault Terminators, 3 10-man squads of Terminators, the Captain and Terminator armor, Chaplain Terminator armor, and Ancient Terminator armor. I have 2 extra Terminators, 3 Aggressors, and 1 Contemptor Dreadnought, piloted by Little Kitty.
So the color scheme I came up with for these was half pink and half blue. Similar to my regular Space Marines, but kind of just different enough it feels like a different group. And I was trying to speed paint these, so I went with airbrushing on all the base coats and then dry brushing on like the highlights. But my airbrush just kind of sucked, so I went and bought a new one. This airbrush is awesome. It's only like $99 for the airbrush and the compressor, which I don't see often. And it works great. It's a lot quieter than I expected. It's just kind of like a low rum. It feels like a cat, just like purring, super loud. But it works great. 10 times better than my old airbrush, and I just love the kind of like green and this pink. The color scheme is very synthwave. If you ever seen Heresy for Heretics, awesome. I love the synthwave, so that's kind of what this is here, but it's my own idiocy inversion. Here I'm dry brushing the details on, so I don't spend a billion years doing individual highlights. There are 54 models, and it would take me multiple days to do that, so dry brushing really helps. And then I decided to take multiple days in painting the bones on the Terminators with guns. They'll have ribs and little bone pads on their hips, and it took forever to individually paint like 30 of them guys. So yeah, it looks good though, but it took a whole lot of time. This is my cat Plague. She's very cool. This is a Contemptor Dreadnought, piloted by what looks like my cat. It was very fun to paint like this calico pattern, because I don't know, I just had to do something strange. I found it real like difficult though to get it this small of a detail. because I was like trying to speed paint these guys, I decided to do a airbrushing of Nuln Oil on just sort of important parts, mostly their shoulder pads, any details, their helmets that I felt needed it. And it's really saved time on just brushing it on, but you also need like an airbrush, and my airbrush setup is not like the best. It's just a napkin, but it works, I guess. So recently I watched Mad Max Fury Road, and it's a hell yeah movie. So I was experimenting with this kind of crackle paste mixture to get this like dry, cracked salt plane. Like, this is Space Marines on the Utah salt flat. I wanted that kind of vibe, that they're just like dusty and roaming across the cracked earth. And after waiting for the crackle paste to just crack, I was pleased with how it looked, uh, and I got these pretty cool minis.
I painted my Terminator army. I also bought a Lazy Susan finally. See that? See that? That Susan is lazying. My girlfriend is urging me to take longer on videos, so I am not stressed. Apparently, doing these videos makes me stressed, and then I just sleep a lot more, which I don't know if that's right, but I'm being told it is. So this I'm probably gonna do once every 2 weeks, unless I have simpler projects that don't involve painting 54 Terminators. Yeah. Like and subscribe. Do you want to tell us what you did in 1934?